Picture this. You're at a red light next to what looks like a family SUV. Leather seats, third row, cup holders everywhere. The light turns green and it just disappears off the line, leaving a Porsche 911 in its mirrors. That's not a glitch. That's not a movie. That's a real luxury SUV in 2026. These aren't the SUVs your parents drove to soccer practice. These are 3-ton monsters that hit 60 miles per hour faster than most sports cars ever built. Today, we're ranking the top 10 fastest luxury SUVs in the world for 2026, purely by 0 to 60 time. Family-friendly on the outside, absolute weapons underneath. Before we start, hit subscribe. We drop videos about the most insane cars on earth every single week. Let's get into it. Number 10. Mercedes-AMG GLE 63S. Starting our list at number 10, the Mercedes-AMG GLE 63S. 0 to 60, 3.8 seconds. This thing is hand-built. Literally. Mercedes-AMG follows their one-man, one-engine rule, meaning a single engineer in Affalterbach, Germany, assembles the entire twin-turbo 4.0-liter V8 from start to finish, then signs their name on a plaque on top of it. That engine makes 603 horsepower and 627 pound-feet of torque, boosted by a 48-volt hybrid system that fills in any gaps in power delivery. What makes the GLE 63S special isn't just the speed, it's the sound. This thing pops and crackles like a muscle car, snarling every time you lift off the throttle. It doesn't feel like an SUV pretending to be fast. It feels like AMG stuffed a race car engine into a luxury cabin and just let it breathe. Air suspension lets you raise the body for off-roading or drop it for high-speed stability. 6-piston front brakes with available carbon ceramic discs mean this 3-ton SUV can actually stop as hard as it goes. Starting around $130,000, the GLE 63S proves German engineers have zero chill when it comes to horsepower wars. Number 9. The BMW X5 M COMPETITION. 0 to 60, 3.7 seconds. And this is the car that started BMW and Mercedes' SUV horsepower war. Under the hood sits a twin-turbo 4.4-liter V8, producing 617 horsepower and 553 pound-feet of torque. That's less torque than the Mercedes. But here's the twist. The X5M actually matches it to 60 because BMW tuned this engine to rev like a sports car, screaming all the way to a 7,200 RPM redline. That's motorsport territory for an engine bolted into a family SUV. BMW ditched the standard air suspension entirely for the M COMPETITION, going with a stiffer double wishbone front and adaptive dampers all around, plus an active rear differential that can send power exactly where it's needed. The result? This 5,300-pound SUV corners like it forgot how much it weighs. Top speed is limited to 155 miles per hour standard, but pay $2,500 for the M Drivers package and you unlock 180. Starting around $124,000, the X5 M COMPETITION is proof that BMW's M division doesn't care what body style they're working with. If it wears the M badge, it's going to be brutally fast. Number 8 might surprise you, the Range Rover Sport SV. 0 to 60, 3.6 seconds. Yes, a Range Rover. For decades, Range Rovers were about crawling over rocks and looking regal doing school runs. Then Land Rover's Special Vehicle Operations Division got their hands on the Sport and completely lost their minds. They dropped in a twin-turbo 4.4-liter V8 making 626 horsepower and mated it to a 48-volt active suspension system that can counteract body roll in real time. Here's the part that blows people's minds. This is still a proper Range Rover. It'll still ford water, climb terrain that would strand a Jeep, and haul your family in first-class comfort. Push the pedal down, and it hits 60 faster than the Porsche 911 from the early 2000s. Top speed comes in around 180 miles per hour. Starting around $180,000, the Sport SV is the ultimate contradiction. A luxury off-roader that can flat-out embarrass sports cars on a runway. Nobody expects it, and that's exactly what makes it special.
At number 7, the Audi RS Q8 Performance. 0 to 60, 3.4 seconds. Audi took their already fast RS Q8 and asked, what if we just made it more? The performance variant packs a twin-turbo 4.9-liter V8 pushed to 631 horsepower, making it the most powerful V8 Audi has ever put in a production vehicle. Quattro all-wheel drive puts every one of those horses to the ground with almost no drama. The RS Q8 actually holds a production SUV lap record at the Nurburgring, completing the legendary 12.9-mile circuit in under 7 minutes and 42 seconds, a time that would embarrass plenty of dedicated sports cars. That's not a marketing gimmick. That's a 3-row family hauler out-cornering machines half its weight. Inside, you get Audi's signature virtual cockpit, quilted leather sports seats, and enough carbon fiber trim to remind you this isn't a normal Q8. Starting around $130,000, the RS Q8 Performance is Audi proving that all-wheel drive grip plus a monster V8 equals one of the most complete performance SUVs on the planet.
Quick question before we continue. If you had to pick one of these as your daily driver, which one so far? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one. Now, the next 3 are going to make you question everything you thought an SUV could do. Position number 6, the Porsche Cayenne Turbo GT. 0 to 60, 3.3 seconds. Porsche built the Turbo GT for one reason, to hold the production SUV lap record at the Nurburgring. And they did exactly that, running a 7-minute 38-second lap that stunned the automotive world. Under the hood is a twin-turbo 4.0-liter V8, making 631 horsepower, mated to Porsche's active suspension management and rear-wheel steering. Track-focused engineering. This isn't just a fast Cayenne. Porsche removed the third row entirely, stiffened the chassis, and added a massive fixed rear wing to generate real downforce at speed. It's the closest thing to a 911 that happens to have room for groceries. Top speed sits at 189 miles per hour, making it one of the fastest SUVs ever built. Starting around $195,000, the Cayenne Turbo GT isn't trying to be practical, it's trying to prove a point. And with a Nürburgring record to back it up, Porsche made their point extremely well.
Number 5, the Aston Martin DBX 707. 0 to 60, 3.1 seconds. And that name, 707, isn't random. That's exactly how many metric horsepower this thing produces. Aston Martin took a Mercedes-AMG sourced twin-turbo 4.0-liter V8 and cranked it to 697 horsepower in American units, backed by a wet-clutch 9-speed automatic instead of a traditional torque converter, a first for this segment. That transmission choice alone tells you Aston wasn't playing around. Wet clutches shift faster and handle way more heat than standard automatics. British luxury meets brutality. Inside, it's pure Aston Martin. Hand-stitched leather, real metal switches, and a cabin that feels more like a British gentleman's club than an SUV. But put your foot down, and the DBX 707 will hit 193 miles per hour and holds the production SUV lap record at multiple circuits around the world. Starting around $245,000, the DBX 707 is Aston Martin's statement that they can build something as brutally capable as it is beautiful.
This is the SUV that saved Aston Martin financially, and once you see the numbers, you understand exactly why.
Number 4, we're entering territory most people don't even know exists, the Bentley Bentayga Speed. 0 to 60, 3.8 seconds on paper, but real-world tests have clocked it closer to 3.5. And under the hood is an engine you will never see again. The Bentayga Speed uses Bentley's legendary twin-turbo 6.0-liter W12 engine, producing 626 horsepower and a monstrous 664 pound-feet of torque. Bentley has officially discontinued the W12. This engine will never be built again for any production car on Earth. That makes the Bentayga Speed the last chance to own this specific piece of automotive history. Every Bentayga interior is hand-stitched by Bentley craftspeople in Crewe, England, using leather from cattle raised specifically to avoid barbed wire scarring. Yes, that's a real thing Bentley does. Wood veneers are cut from a single tree to ensure matching grain across the entire cabin. This is old-world craftsmanship wrapped around a 190-mile-per-hour top speed. Starting around $240,000, the Bentayga Speed isn't just fast, it's the end of an era. When W12 production stops, this becomes one of the last truly special engines in automotive history, sitting inside an SUV that can outrun cars half its price and weight. We're in the top 3 now, and at number 3, the Tesla Model X Plaid. 0 to 60, 2.5 seconds. Let that sink in. This is a 7-seat family SUV that just beat every gas-powered SUV on this list, most by over a full second. 3 electric motors, 1 up front, 2 at the rear, combined for 1,020 horsepower and 1,050 pound-feet of torque delivered the instant you touch the accelerator. No turbo lag, no gear changes, no warning, just immediate, violent acceleration that pins every passenger to their seat. Practicality meets insanity. Those Falcon Wing rear doors aren't just a party trick. They genuinely work well in tight parking spots where a normal door would hit the car next to you. Inside, a 17-inch touchscreen controls almost everything, and Tesla's controversial yoke steering wheel makes an appearance here too. Range sits around 335 miles, and with access to Tesla's massive supercharger network, road trips are genuinely practical. Starting around $115,000, the Model X Plaid isn't just the cheapest car in our top 5, it's proof that when it comes to raw acceleration, gasoline simply cannot compete with electric motors anymore.
At number 2, the Lamborghini Urus Performante. 0 to 60, 3.3 seconds. But don't let that number fool you into thinking this one's slower than it should be. The Performante isn't about the sprint, it's about everything else. Lamborghini stripped 106 pounds out of the standard Urus, added a fixed carbon fiber rear wing, and retuned the twin-turbo 4.0-liter V8 to 657 horsepower. The result set the production SUV lap record at Italy's famed Vallelunga circuit when it launched, a Lamborghini engineer's dream project brought to life. Here's what numbers can't capture: the sound. That twin-turbo V8 screams through a titanium exhaust system with a note that sounds nothing like an SUV and everything like a Huracan. Top speed hits 190 miles per hour, and Lamborghini's torque vectoring system means this thing corners with a level of grip that feels almost illegal for something this tall. Starting around $265,000, the Urus Performante is Lamborghini refusing to let the word SUV mean boring ever again. It's a raging bull that happens to have room for luggage. So if a Lamborghini is only number 2, what on earth could be faster? The fastest luxury SUV in the world for 2026 is the Lamborghini Urus SE. 0 to 60, 3.4 seconds, combined with something no other SUV on this list has, a plug-in hybrid powertrain. Now, I know what you're thinking. 3.4 seconds is technically slower than the Performante's 3.3. Here's why it still takes the crown. The Urus SE isn't chasing a single stat, it's rewriting what a Lamborghini SUV can be. It combines a twin-turbo 4.0-liter V8 with an electric motor for a combined 789 horsepower, the most powerful Urus Lamborghini has ever built. That electric motor doesn't just add power, it gives the Urus SE roughly 37 miles of pure electric range for silent city driving, then transforms into an 800-horsepower monster the moment you want it to. Top speed reaches 194 miles per hour, making it the fastest top speed of any SUV on this entire list. This is Lamborghini looking at the future of performance and refusing to compromise on either side. Full electric silence when you want it, and brutal ground-shaking power when you don't. The Urus SE proves that hybrid technology isn't about slowing down for the environment, it's about getting faster while doing it. The reality. Starting around $260,000, the Urus SE represents where every performance SUV on Earth is heading. Electrification isn't the enemy of speed anymore. In Lamborghini's hands, it's the secret weapon. This is the SUV that has it all. The fastest top speed, the most power, silent running when you want it, and violent.